What's up guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to be doing a video on a book that I didn't really plan to read, but I ended up reading anyway. Literally was just like scrolling through TikTok and I was like, I kind of low-key want like book recommendations because it's been a while since I've read a book. I've just been like watching K-dramas, focusing on school and stuff like that. So I was like, let me get into reading again. So I went to like the best romance books or whatever, and this book came up. And the name of this book is called Better Than the Movies. And I don't know, it was just like a hopeless romantic book. This girl, she's a homeless romantic, and she's like this dude who always plays pranks on her, so it's getting like rivals to lovers, like, you know? So I was like, and it was one of those tropes, and I was like, well, I have nothing to read, so I just went on. It took me forever. First I read the sample on Kindle, and then I like, oh my gosh, literally I couldn't find anywhere to read the book, because usually I go on these websites like read online free. I forgot the name of the website. It's like Swipe Hub or something, or like Books Hub or something, and I just like swipe, and it's kind of like a book, kind of like Kindle, but like you just like, I don't know, it's just a website instead. So I finally found this place to read the book. I don't remember the website, but I read it, and y'all, this book was so good. I literally finished this book in 2 days. I was obsessed with this book. I didn't really have any like K-dramas to watch either, which is the main reason why I read the book. But this book was literally so good, so we're gonna talk about it. Yeah. And even though I saw this book in like one TikTok video, I didn't really know it was like a book talk book. I just, because like no one really talked about it, or maybe it's just because in book talk people mostly talk about like fantasy and stuff, so they don't really talk that much about romance. But I was not expecting to see this book every year, because I swear, like, the FBI agent who's on my phone be working extra hard. Because how did he know that I just finished the book? Like, how did he or she know that I just finished the book? Because when I went on TikTok, I literally suddenly started seeing TikToks about the book Better Than the Movies popping on my For You page. And I was just like, okay, that's kind of weird. And then I, like, a whole bunch of people are suddenly talking about the book now, and I'm just like, okay, I mean, great timing, because like I just finished reading it. But anyways, the book is about this girl. Her name is Liz Boxbun. I literally, okay, y'all, I was halfway throughout the book, and then I was like, why does he keep on calling her Boxbun? What is that? What kind of weird nickname is that? Like, where did that come from? And I figured out that Boxbun was actually her last name. And I was just like, oh, okay. And so her name is Boxbun, Liz Boxbun, and there's Wes Bennett. It was something along the lines of that. Wes something. Anyway, his name is Wes and Liz. Wesley and Elizabeth. Yeah, but people mostly call her Liz. It turns out Liz is a redhead. I don't know why that surprised me so much. I did not think she was a redhead, because it was giving like brunette. So I did not know she was a redhead, but it kind of became important throughout the story, because people started talking about the fact that she was a redhead. But anyways, redhead Liz, she has a crush on this huge guy who comes back. Like, they're like all childhood friends, which I'm super jealous of, by the way. Since I moved a lot, I didn't really like, you know, have one of those childhood best friends stuff. Like, oh, so jealous. Imagine being friends with them since you were like 3. Like, literally since you got out of the womb, like, we've been best friends. That's literally crazy. You literally like grow up together and everything like that. Like, that's so cool. Anyways, but they all had like this little neighborhood group. They all knew each other, blah blah blah. And what's the name? This dude, I forgot his name. Ethan? Oh, I literally forgot his name. It's been a while since I read the book. Whatever, let's just call him Ethan. Ethan, blonde. I think he's Asian. His name is Ethan. No, it's not, but something like that. He moved, and then he moved away, then he moved back, and she still had like this huge crush on him or whatever. And so she asks Wes for advice on how to like get him and stuff. And it's like how to get him to fall in love with me, blah blah blah. And so since they're like friends, they're all friends, but like, you know, the guy code or whatever, I don't know. She asks Wes for advice on how to get, you know, how to get Ethan to fall in love with her. Saying Ethan bothered me so much, because I know that's not his name. But anyways, how to get like Ethan to fall in love with her. And so he like helps her, but not for free, of course. Doesn't never works for free. They have like this parking spot. I never really like understood, but apparently it's like a parking spot in like their neighborhood, where you like parallel park, and it's like, I don't know, there's like this amazing parking spot that they're fighting over forever. And so, okay, I'll let you have this parking spot forever if you help me. And he's like, okay, sure, let me do that. Of course, like, they fall in love. She realizes that she didn't like Ethan. Ethan actually falls in love with her in the process, but she realizes she doesn't actually like Ethan and she likes Wes. And there's the whole thing with, like, her going back to Ethan, and then Ethan, her going back to Ethan, and then, like, after going back to Ethan, she goes back to Wes, and all this, like, going back to each other stuff happens over prom. So, like, she's trying to get him to ask her out to prom, basically. And so she's trying to get Ethan to ask her out to prom. They're, like, the popular kids, I guess. This is not really, like, a popular kid, but I think she kind of is. But anyways, she's trying to get Ethan to ask her out to prom. And he does, but when he asks her to prom, she realizes that she actually likes Wes, and then it turns out that Wes has actually been in love with her for the entire time. So yeah, and this story was actually so cute. I don't know why I ate this story up so fast. Maybe because I was book deprived or something. Because now I'm thinking about it, like it's actually no. Now that I'm thinking about it again, it's still pretty good. Yeah. They have, like, little quotes about romance movies and romance books. I mean, not books. I'm not sure if this books, but romance movies and romance books. And then they have a little quote at the beginning of the chapter, and that, like, starts the chapter. And it was like, and one of the quotes was like, I hate you, blah, blah, blah. Most of all, I hate the way that I don't hate you. I don't know, something like that. It's like a quote from 10 Things I Hate About You. I still haven't watched that movie, by the way, but it's a quote from 10 Things I Hate About You. I don't know, I thought that was so cool, like, having the quote, because, like, the whole thing is, like, she's a huge romance book novelist and stuff. And here, the important thing that I forgot to mention, Liz's mom actually, like, died when she was younger, when she was, like, 5, so that's, like, a huge thing, too. That's been, like, bothering her, not really bothering her, because it's, like, her senior year in college and all that stuff, like, you know, the whole family stuff that happens during senior year, so she was, like, it's been, like, affecting her more, I guess. And that's another huge thing. Like, Miss Gerlin actually needed to go to therapy. Like, actually, the way it affected, like, every single aspect of her life, if Liz had a problem, it was linked to her mom's death. Like, whether directly or indirectly. And I was just like, girl, you need to get, like, a therapist. And I'm pretty sure she already got a therapist, but, did she get a therapist? I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing it up with the different book I'm reading right now. I'm not sure if she got a therapist. She might have, because she was, like, in 5th grade or something. But yeah, she was having, like, so many problems. And I understand why people would think Liz is annoying, because there were some times where I was like, oh my gosh, if she wasn't so mean, she would be so annoying. But she was, like, so mean. I was just like, oh my gosh, you're so relatable. And she gave me such secondhand embarrassment sometimes. Like, the amount of times, but it wasn't like secondhand embarrassment that was like bad or embarrassing, like I literally can't read this anymore. It was like the type of secondhand embarrassment that was like, like, again, because she was so mean. I don't know, I just like related to her so much, and I was just like, girl, if you don't get out of there. But anyways, even in the secondhand embarrassment moments, Wes was still there for her and stuff, and it was literally so obvious. Like, it was literally so obvious this is what Wes was like in love with her and stuff. I don't know how she didn't get that, but they actually had like such good chemistry. It's literally words on a page. How can they have chemistry? Whatever, that's not the point. Let's not think about that right now. But they had such a good chemistry. The plot was cute. I think it's like 300 pages or something, so I don't think it was that long. I'm not sure. I didn't really have like the book version, like the paper version, but I don't think it's that long. The cover is really cute too. They're actually coming out with the sequel next year, I think, about like their college life. I'm not sure how that will go, but I think it's, hopefully it doesn't like bring down, I don't think it's gonna bring down the rating of this book, but I'll rate this book like 4, 3.5, 4. No, I'm gonna give it 4. I'll rate this book 4 stars because yeah, it's good. So if you guys want like a cute, sweet romance story, romance book, rivals to lovers, I'm not really gonna say enemies to lovers. Speaking of enemies to lovers, this one quote that the book talk girlies were eating up. Enemies to lovers is our trope box one. I was not eating that up. I'm sorry. When I read that, I cringed just so hard. Plus, you literally calling enemies to lovers. I don't know. Calling anything enemies to lovers when it's not like fantasy. Enemies to lovers and contemporary romance, most of the time it's just like rivals to lovers. It's not really giving enemies, you know? Is it really enemies if he or she is better if it's she? If she doesn't hold the blade up to his throat or something like that? Because that's enemies. Like, I don't know. I don't even love enemies to lovers that much, but I don't know. The whole enemies to lovers, I was like, is not enemies to lovers. It was not giving enemies to lovers. It was giving rivals, maybe frenemies. Okay, maybe not frenemies. That's a bit of a stretch. But like rivals to lovers. I don't know, cause I don't know. I feel so icky calling like anything contemporary romance enemies to lovers. Cause now you're just doing too much. Like, talking about enemies. You already have an enemy when you're like 17 years old. Calm down. But anyways, that's not the point. If you guys want a cute rivals to lovers, contemporary romance story, like the whole prom, the whole, you know, classic archetype of like enemies, not really enemies, but rivals to lovers in a contemporary romance, you guys should go check this out. It's super cute. At the end, they also have like a little playlist. Like, that was literally so cute. They have a playlist of Liz and Wes because she likes romance books and stuff, and she likes making playlists of like scenarios, which is actually a super good idea. Like different romances or different when you think of different scenarios, she has like a playlist for that, and she has like different playlists for different people, and they have like the playlist for Wes and Liz. Like, I feel kind of ate with this book, but like. Anyways, again, go check out Better Than the Movies. I don't know who the author is, but yeah, it's a good book. Go read it. Bye.